The journey back, returning to routine after family time, and carrying what changed you. Spending time with family is a journey, not a vacation, though it may involve travel, shared kitchens, or being reminded that checkout time is very real. But a journey in the truest sense. You arrive somewhere familiar and disorienting at the same time. Old rules linger in the air, old stories resurface without asking permission, and somehow, in a few days, entire chapters of your life seem to unfold all at once. Being with my sister over the holidays made this especially clear. We joked on the podcast about how our lives have lined up in strange, almost uncanny anchor moments: marriage about a year apart, children arriving on similar timelines, divorce unfolding in the same era. When you spend time together in person, those parallels stop feeling conceptual. They become embodied. You're not just catching up on updates, you're witnessing who each of you has become on the other side of the same initiations. Family time compresses time itself. One moment you're in deep conversation about intuition, embodiment, and abundance. The next you're laughing about childhood memories, old habits, or the versions of yourselves you once had to be. And sometimes you find yourself unexpectedly seen by siblings, by parents, or by your own children in ways that feel tender, exposing, or clarifying all at once. That's the nature of these journeys. They don't smooth things over, they reveal. They show you where you've softened. They show you where you're still interpreting life through old lenses. They show you what no longer fits and what feels newly possible. And then, abruptly, it ends. Bags are packed, doors close, everyone disperses back into their own lives, often without neat conclusions or satisfying resolutions. Conversations trail off mid-thought. Insights land without instructions. You return home carrying more than what you left with, though it may take time to name what that is. Re-entry is its own phase. After the holidays, after the gatherings, after the emotional density, routine can feel strangely flat or strangely loud. Your nervous system has been open. Your heart has been remembering. It makes sense if you feel tired, reflective, or quietly unsettled. That doesn't mean something went wrong. It means something moved. This is where integration happens, not through forcing clarity, but through allowing what shifted to settle, through noticing what doesn't trigger you the way it once did, through recognizing a boundary that feels easier to hold, through sensing a deeper trust that you no longer need to scramble for safety in the way you once did. Journeys don't end when you get home. They continue in subtle ways through choice, pacing, and presence. At the end of a journey, there's always a guide at the threshold. I like to call in Ariadne here, the quiet keeper of the thread. She doesn't rush you toward answers or demand that you conquer the maze. She simply offers something steady to hold as you walk. Ariadne reminds us that clarity doesn't come from force, but from staying connected to ourselves as we move through uncertainty. If you feel changed but not yet oriented, trust that you are not lost. You're navigating the labyrinth with care, step by step, guided by your own inner thread. And that, too, is a sacred way forward. This moment, right after the holidays, as life resumes its familiar rhythm, is a threshold. The intensity has passed, the gatherings are over, and many of us are stepping back into routine, feeling subtly changed but not yet fully oriented. This is exactly the kind of space I hold in my Threshold Doula sessions. These one-on-one conversations are not about pushing for answers or fixing what feels uncertain. They're about slowing down, listening deeply, and helping you integrate what has already shifted. In honor of 2026 as a 1 year, a year of initiation, clarity, and new beginnings, I'm offering 60-minute Threshold Transition sessions for $111 throughout January. This is an invitation to pause at the doorway, gather yourself, and cross forward with intention. Just shoot me a direct message or visit www.goddessintraining.online.